The BKFC guys are beefing. If you guys have been living under a rock, maybe you don't tune into BKFC all the time, but they recently announced that they are going to be crowning their version of the BMF champion, the King of Violence, when BKFC touches down in Salt Lake City on December 2nd. Now, if you guys didn't watch the interview with David Feldman that we posted, he revealed to us that Mike Perry was returning on December 2nd, and he was going to reveal his opponent on a later date. Well, that opponent has finally been revealed, and it looks like we are getting Mike Perry versus Eddie Alvarez for the King of Violence Championship. Now, BKFC wants everyone to vote for their favorite belt design, and in doing so, a lot of the fighters ended up chiming in. But you know me, I like to be lurking through those comments, and I found a little something that I wanted to share with you guys. So the BKFC middleweight champion David Mundell wasn't too happy about this new belt, considering that Mike Perry was fighting for it. Now, if you missed the David Mundell interview that we posted recently, then you would have missed him saying this.
Now, if you were to win, would you be calling out Mike Perry again?
You know, that's something that's just not going to go away. I want to fight him so bad. I 100% believe he's just trash. Everyone says he's built for the sport, and they give him, they tell him he's tough, and like being tough means you get your ass beat the whole time, and it's not a compliment I would want. And he may be tough, but I guarantee you he's not going to eat these punches. I will put him to sleep, guaranteed, because he's going to be dumb enough to walk forward and run right into these punches. I have fought him before, and although both times I have lost, both times I have set him down multiple times, and he's been saved by the bell multiple times. But I don't think BKFC is going to let me ruin their poster boy. So until then, we'll see.
Now, speaking of their poster boy, Dave Feldman told me that Mike Perry will be fighting on December 2nd. Who do you think it will be against?
It's going to be against some bum, maybe some YouTuber or influencer, whatever they're calling them these days. I don't think it's going to be against a real fighter. And if by some chance it does, I'm just going to be upset because someone else is going to get to ruin his reputation before I do.
Noted. Now, what is the motivation behind wanting the Perry fight? Is it because it's a money fight that will change your family's life? Or is it because you want revenge from your two previous losses?
No, believe it or not, me and Mike have actually crossed paths and trained together in the gym since both previous fights. It's definitely not personal, but I hate seeing like people make so much more money than somebody who's actually grinding hard every day, not out living a party life, sounding like an idiot on, just sniffing panties or whatever the fuck, and people tell him he's doing a good job. Like, it's bullshit. I'm a fighter. I train my ass off for this. There's no reason why he should be making more money than me unless he can beat me, and he can't.
As you can see, he wants that Mike Perry matchup. Even though he has lost twice, he's gunning for that trilogy, and he's going to continue calling out Mike Perry. He thinks that Mike Perry does not want to fight him in the squared circle. He also feels like these guys are coming into his sport, and they're getting paid more, despite these champions busting their ass, trying to build the promotion, and really putting the sport on the map with fun fights after fun fights. So I can understand his frustrations. Now, I got a couple screenshots. Eddie Alvarez is voting for B. I personally voted for C. I think the other two look a little too childish. And then you can see David Mundell commented, "They can't earn mine, so they created a whole different belt. Tell me you're sorry without saying you're sorry." He continued commenting, "Bullshit belt." You even see the consensus GOAT of BKFC, Luis Palomino, chime in saying, "Yeah, if Eddie Alvarez gets it, definitely gotta be B for bitch made champion." The world we live in nowadays gotta make spontaneous, meaningless belts for the losers that will never reach a real world championship belt. Now, I understand what he's saying. However, Eddie has gotten a real world belt, obviously not in BKFC. Lewis also continued his campaign saying he doesn't remember speaking bad about Eddie Alvarez. He's always been a fan. He's disappointed that the dog inside the man is non-existent now. He brags about being the number one pound for pound double world champion, which he is, and he has the real belt, which he does. But here's where I know all the champions are probably in a little group chat venting. He says David himself, the Juggernaut, they're holding these belts, and he feels like none of these big names are ever going to become world champions in BKFC. Who knows? Maybe Lewis will go ahead and try and go for that belt, become a triple champion in BKFC. But that's besides the point. The champions are upset. They think this is a fake belt, and they want to get paid more. And they fucking should. Shit. But anyways, the purpose of this video was because after seeing all of this, I thought David Feldman should probably hire me to become a matchmaker, because I'm about to give him an absolute stacked card for his next Knucklemania pay-per-view. I think these matches are already writing themselves. If David beats Doug next week, let's go David the Redneck Mundell versus Mike Platinum Perry for the BKFC Middleweight Championship. Let's do Luis Palomino versus Eddie Alvarez for the BKFC Lightweight Championship, or welterweight, whichever. Give me Christine Ferrer versus Chris Cyborg. Give Lorenzo Hunt literally anybody. Make Britain Hart defend her title against Jenny Savage. Or shit, run it back with Paige Van Zandt at this point. I don't even care, because where the hell has Paige Van Zandt been other than taking pictures with Mandy Rose on OnlyFans or whatever? Give me Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom. And have Matt Riddle debut. I mean, it's been rumored that he wants to go to BKFC, so why the hell not? Yeah, and if not those matchups, then why not building a whole card around BKFC fighters versus others, like social media stars, influencers, MMA fighters, people trying to cross over? I think it'd be a hell of an idea. Sometimes these theme cards can come out pretty sick and be a whole lot of fun for the fans. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys be down for a themed BKFC card for Knucklemania? What do you think about these champions being upset with all of these people coming into their sport and getting paid more than them? You guys got to let me know which belt design you like best, because I don't know, man. A and B, I don't really like it. I think B's winning in the polls right now. But whatever. If you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Any engagement helps us be one step closer to monetization. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.